Hi, this is Stephen Gregg with the Mentor for the Masses, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about something that's very important to me. And I brought a friend on today that I think that she's going to be able to inspire you because I know a lot of women that have energy. I know a lot of men that have energy, but I don't know too many people that have more energy than my guest today. And she's exciting, and I'm excited to bring her on because she's in a company that has great products and great services. And as you guys know, I always interview different people that either top in their company or they have great products and services that are important for the world. That's what the academy is about. That's what networking conversion secrets is all about. It's helping people not only in their business but helping them in their life, helping them with their health, helping them with their wealth, helping them in their thinking, in their family, and every other aspect of their life. So today I have a person with me today that I'm really inspired by. We met not long ago, but it seems like we've been knowing each other forever. So I'm excited today to bring on Ellen Gannis. Ellen Bradley Gannis, that is. I apologize. Ellen Bradley Gannis, and she's with a company called Isogenics. And so thank you for coming on today, Ellen. I
Oh,
appreciate you
you're
being
so
here.
welcome. It's my absolute honor. I loved you from the minute I met you. And I do. I feel like you're a brother from another mother. That's for sure.
Well, I'm definitely a brother from another mother. That's for sure. 100% on that one. See, you got that right. But I'm telling you, it's funny. After meeting you, I was so inspired by your story because I know that you've been in your company for a while. I don't know all the details. You told me a little bit, but we were kind of in passing and talking back and forth by text. So I want to hear your story. Tell us a little bit about, how you got into this space, maybe your background a little bit, and how you
Yeah.
even got started in the networking space.
I'm definitely an accidental entrepreneur because I was born an artist and I went to school for theater and I've been
Hmm.
working in entertainment from the time I was 10 years old. And I love acting and I love producing and I'm still doing both. But, sometimes life throws us curveballs and we have to pivot in order to live what needs to be the immediate priority. So what I mean by that is it's a story I haven't really told in a long time because so many stories have been created since the beginning. But if you really want me to go back to the beginning, like how did I get into network marketing?
Sure.
Because I don't think we come out of the womb like, hey, I'm a network marketer, right? It's somehow some way people find the industry at different times in their life, right? So for me, what happened was I my son had a life-threatening blood disease.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very unexpected journey where my family, when he was 2 years old, had to move into Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And the doctors said he had no prognosis to live unless my daughter was a bone marrow match. So my daughter was 5 years old. Actually, she was, yeah, just turning 5 at the time. And she wasn't a match. So we prayed and stuck together and did what the doctors told us and did what the doctor didn't tell us. We did everything. And, it's a true miracle that we made it through the journey. Um, my son is an incredibly special, special young man. He's playing baseball for Northwestern University, and his dream is to be drafted. And this July is the draft. So we are praying for a really, really great season. And that experience led me to an extraordinary paradigm shift, meaning I was no longer comfortable waiting for opportunities to be created for me in the entertainment space, because that's what happens when you're an actor. Your agent calls you, you get an audition, somebody decides if they like you, they hire you. So I was always working and waiting for the next opportunity. But after the hospital, I was left with close to $1 million debt. And I was living in a little apartment with my 2 kids and my husband. And I called my manager and I said, listen, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I got to make $1 million. I actually need to make more than that because I need to pay off my debt and I need to buy a home. And I wanted a home because I wanted to have a yard where I could exercise my son's muscles. He had been in a hospital bed. I wanted space. We were in these fluorescent lit rooms in the hospital where the terminally ill kids were living. I just wanted to break out and like have space and have a place I could call my own. It was my absolute dream to create a home for my family. So let me backtrack. Prior to this incident, When I was pregnant with my son, I had two dear friends that were partners. One gentleman you might know, he's a very famous author. His name is Dr. John Gray, and he writes the book series, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And he's absolutely brilliant, kindest man you'd ever meet. And he knows a lot about nutrition. And his partner, who is a friend of mine, was a psychic to Hollywood. So I get a call and he says, put this stuff in your body. You'll be the healthiest you've ever been. This company is forming with health products. And she says, tell people and you'll make millions. We were like, what? Now, my husband and I at the time were working on a couple of soap operas. So we were like, we have a 3-year-old, we're having a baby, we're working on TV. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but John was like, you know what? Give it to Paul. He gained some weight with you when you were pregnant. You're going to have the baby. He's not. See what happens. So my husband got on the products and had a very quick weight loss. And he had been struggling with Weight Watchers, trying to release the weight. You know, when you're on TV, it puts on 10 extra pounds. So everybody, you know, when you're working on TV, you always want to be in your best shape because the camera adds all this extra weight. So he got on the program, literally lost 16 pounds in 16 days and had been struggling on Weight Watchers prior to that, like I said. So it got the attention of people around us, but we didn't really know anything about this. At that time, we just started giving it out. That's what I do. When I love something, I share it. I never knew you could get paid for it. I didn't understand what this industry was or what this business was. So when that started happening, I got a call from the owners and they said, listen, I don't know who you are, what you're doing, but you're moving so much product. And I was like, I don't know who you are or what you're doing, but you called me and I'm unlisted because this is 22 years ago.
Yeah.
We live in a public world now. 22 years ago, especially if you're an actor, you were private.
Yeah, things are private.
Right? It's a very different world today. And I'm sure that people my age are going, oh, yeah, I remember then. And I'm sure millennials that are watching are going, what is she talking about? Unlisted.
Right.
Right. So I didn't know what they wanted from me. And I was like, please don't call me again. Well, when I got into the hospital and was on this journey and had the tremendous debt and we were exiting the hospital, I called up Kathy Coover, who is one of the co-founders of our company. So remember me? I'm that actress in Hollywood that sort of hung up on you. And I said, listen, I said, I need to make $1 million fast. And I know that everybody loves these products, but I don't know the first thing about business. I'm not a salesperson. I don't know what to do. She said, get on a plane, come to our home. Stephen, that phone call, that plane ride, and that trip changed my life, the life of my family, and the trajectory of generations to come, connected to my family and so many of my friends. So I got into the industry by mistake out of desperation after a life-changing event. And I was fortunate enough, it was the very beginning of this company's, it was the inception, right? So I became a founding executive and I literally built this company from that point on, which is now 21 years. I was involved on the field advisory board, helping to build and guide the corporate structure. And I built my own organization of, gosh knows, 350,000. And I went through the process of formulation. I went through the process of momentum. I went through the process of critical mass, which, by the way, for your listeners, these are different stages of business that companies go through as they
Right.
age. And we went through in April. I was honored again to serve on the field advisory board at this late stage of my career. And we went through a $300 million recapitalization, which make us a very exciting company. So fortunate because, you know, where companies may go bankrupt because of unfortunate situations like COVID, or other companies may not know how to rebrand. We were an event-driven company. COVID wasn't easy. We did launch a very, very major product during that time, which is our number one seller, which is a drinkable marine collagen. So that took the market by storm. However, COVID was tough for all network marketing companies. So we had this recapitalization, lots of changes took place. And now We are truly an e-commerce company doing social selling for people that want to be in network marketing or people that simply want to be an affiliate and not build a company. So
Oh,
the great thing about our company is we've always remained relative to the market. We know how to make decisions that will speak to all people for participation, no matter what year it is.
yeah.
And
That's amazing.
that's a big deal. And so we have a very rich millennial culture, which is really the future of all business, right? My mentor in isogenics, one of the most incredible, extraordinary people I know, Jimmy Smith, is 95 years young. And he started with us at the age of 76. And he's one of the legends in the industry. I'm not going to talk about salaries, but let's just say it's a lot for compliance.
He's not doing so bad after that much time, and I'm sure you're not doing bad either financially. But I do want to ask you a couple questions because a lot of our listeners are new. So I just want to throw that out there
Oh,
because
new to the
you know,
industry, right? Oh, we
you
got
know,
to take this. We got to take this down a few notches. I was talking to the highbrow professional, but I
I
would
know
love to talk to the beginner. I'd love to talk to the beginner.
that's right because see, you're in a very unique position, and it's awesome when you get that you be at the right place at the right time. That's where you work. You're at the right place at the right time, and you took the opportunity and you made it work, and that's great. But there's a lot of people that watch this right now that aren't there. Maybe they're insecure. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they don't know how to speak to people. Maybe they don't know what to do to build the business.
Yeah,
Maybe they
yeah,
don't know which company to get involved in. Maybe
yeah.
they're just right
Let's
now.
address it all. You just gave me an 8-hour
you
keynote.
you you understand what I'm saying? So the
I
reason I'm
do.
bringing
I
the
do.
reason I'm bringing this down because you look amazing. You speak eloquently. There's a lot of people that aren't like you, and you know what? Those people need to be in network marketing. In my opinion, network marketing is the best industry to be in. I don't care if you're an employee at a company. You should be in a network marketing just for the mindset training and the skill set training you learn.
100%.
So let's talk about
100%.
that. Let's talk
Right.
to the
No, you
world,
touched on
the
so
rest of
many.
the
I should have
world.
taken notes. You touched on so many important things. The first thing you said is you were at the right place at the right time.
Right.
I'm going to completely, I'm going to completely disagree with that
Okay.
statement. And
Okay.
I'm going to disagree relative to network marketing.
Okay.
Okay. So I was fortunate to be mentored by two of the most generous, successful people on the planet, Jim and Kathy Coover. 100%. That was an honor. That was a gift. That was good fortune. But
Yes.
I've worked my butt off. I'm going to
Right.
say that again.
Well,
I
that's what I
worked
meant by the right
my
place, the right
butt
time.
off.
You were right there with those people. That's all I meant.
Those particular people were a blessing in my life.
That's
However,
right.
when you're looking at the industry, I agree with you. I think everybody should have a network marketing business. It is the most democratic business in the world. It's an equal playing field when it's done right. And what you have to choose is the company that's right for you, the
Right.
mentor that's right for you. And if there are no systems in place, then you're screwed.
Yep.
So it's not about being at the right place at the right time. It's aligning with a company that you could be passionate about its products. For example, I'm a triathlete, I'm a yogi, my family are physicians, I'm all about health. I believe without your health, you have nothing. In my company, I am held accountable to be on my A game for my health, for my exercise, for all of the things that mean the most to me. So it makes sense that I'm able to be passionate 21 years later about these products because I've never found anything better.
Yeah.
I want to look better as I get older. I want to feel better. I mean, I can go on and on. However, when somebody is choosing, another girl might say, I love talking about makeup. And there are makeup companies out there. You
Right.
have to be, there's gentlemen I meet with, they're like, well, I like technology. My deal is not going to be right for you.
Right.
My deal is right for the person that wants to live their longest, best life, and they're focused and excited about their own health and serving others in the same way. That's
That's right. That's exactly. I want to throw that in there because what she said is exactly correct. Is that the number one thing when you're looking at a direct sales company is the right company. That's it. You got to find the right company, one that you're passionate about, that you're excited about. That's step one. So write that down. If you're
now,
listening to this,
yeah.
that's step one. What is the company? What can you get excited about and inspired to build? So that's right.
Remember that when you are When I heard, I have so many stories from mentors, but some can't be mentioned because of the nature in Hollywood and they're very
Of
big
course.
celebrities. I don't have permission, but I was remembering one guy that said, no matter what you do, if you're going to be successful, you have to eat, sleep, breathe, and be willing to talk about it 24/7. So back to the point that we're making, if you align with a company that you're not passionate about, you're not going to want to talk about it 24/7. You're not going to be excited about what you're doing, and people can feel that. So it will never ignite for you.
That's right.
However, there's a great book written by Robert Kiyosaki several years ago. It's called The Business of the 21st Century, and it's still relative today to understanding the cash flow quadrant, to understanding small business, big business, and so on and so forth. But what I love about that book is Robert teaches you how to evaluate the company that will be right for you. So we started with, are you aligned from a point of passion? That's the first point we made that you helped me sort of substantiate on your side. However, what makes a company a good company, there are many things. You have to look at the corporate leadership. Are these guys that have been in jail and then got out of jail and now they're opening their doors and they're just going to screw over the field again and close their doors once they make bank? Because it's
Yeah.
happened. And that gives, and you know this because you're a professional, that gives our industry a bad name, but that's not
Yeah.
our industry. Those were a few bad people,
That would be any industry. If you're
right?
about people in the taco business will
100%.
ruin taco
Yeah,
companies.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
So what you have to look for is, what's your corporate leadership? What's
Yep.
your field leadership?
Yep.
What's your event culture?
Yep.
What are the systems? Because you started this call, you were like, oh, Ellen, you look this, you look that, and you're smart and you're eloquent. Thank you for all those compliments, but none of that matters.
Nope. Doesn't
Because
matter.
what will make you successful is not having my qualities.
Right.
What's going to make you successful is getting in touch with your own glory,
Yep.
your own gifts, and putting systems to use with
That's right.
your gifts. My job as your mentor is to discover your gifts, to bring them out, to help you shine your light and be the lighthouse for others using systems.
That's right. Let me throw something in there because what you just
Please.
said is absolutely correct. You got to have systems in place. And every network marketing company, regardless of what business you're in, they have some type of system. They have some starting system. Some are much better than others.
Yeah.
There's some that very seldom does someone sign you up and say, okay, go get them. They tell you at least to make a list. They tell you so they give you a script here and there. There's some basic system. Um, in my opinion, that's the problem in the industry is that there's no standardized system. There's no system. But let me tell you one thing that she did say that's very standardized is that every company has a system in place that has to be duplicatable. Every company
Correct.
has to have a system. If it's
Correct.
not duplicatable, if you can't do what the system is without having the personality, then it's not going to duplicate. Because I can't be you.
That's
No
right.
one can be you. There's nobody can be you. But they
I
can learn
can't be
a
you
system.
either, though. That's the point, right?
That's right.
People
That's
are
why you
not
have to.
duplicatable, but systems are.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's how come McDonald's can go and hire people in Tibet to sell hamburgers at 14 years old with a system. It's a system in place. And that's one of the things I teach, even in our academy, is a duplicatable system that's across the board. It doesn't make a difference who they are. I teach them what to say and how to say it so they can attract their ideal clients, so they can grow and build their team. And that's, you know where that system came from? Talking to top producers like you,
Mm.
talking to top producers like Kevin, because you guys all do the same thing. What you just said, you just demonstrated something just now, which is one of the most important things. You got to have what's called the four core beliefs. You got to believe that that it's the right company, that the company is the best company in the industry. They have the best products, they have the best service, they have the best leadership, they have the best training system. That's the foundation. Then you have the second core belief is you have to believe that they need the product, that the world needs the product that you offer, that the people that you're talking to need what you have. They may not buy it, but they need it. So you need to believe they need it. The third core belief is that you're doing them a favor by offering it to them. They're not doing you a favor by getting in your business. They're not doing you a favor by buying your products and services. You believe that you're doing them a favor by making it available to them and helping them grow their business. And the last part, it's their loss if they say no. It's not your loss if they say no. Because one of the things I learned years ago is that you need people to build your business, but not any one person. In other words, you don't need that person you're speaking to. You need people, but not them. And if you have that full core belief intact, then you will have the attitude that you have, and you'll go and grow the business. And that's one of the things I teach. And that came from all the top producers that I've interviewed over the years. So yeah, that's exactly what you just said. You've got to have that foundation. And that's a duplicatable.
You are so freaking good. We need like 8 hours because every single thing you said is a talk unto its own.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like one of the things that I've said in many interviews, people will say to me, like, if you were going to talk to yourself 10 years ago and you have the wisdom of now, what would you tell that? What would you tell your younger version?
Right.
And one of the things is relative to what you just said. Stop wasting time with the wrong people.
That's right. That's
And
right.
then let me go back to what you said. The risk is on me, not on them. This is where people get it wrong. They think they're doing me a favor by buying my product and getting into my business.
Right.
Let me explain something from my point of view about my company. You come in, you get a free account, you get free shipping, you get wholesale pricing, and this month 10% off. That's a pretty cool deal. Now,
right.
you get me to coach you for
right.
free.
Right.
And wait, this is the kicker. You get a 30-day money back guarantee.
Right.
So if I decide to spend 5 hours with you every day for the next 30 days, you get your money back. I don't get my time back. So if I invest my time in the wrong people, I end up with nothing. So at the end of the day, the customer in our company has zero risk. And the greatest risk is on the coach mentor.
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly right. That's the whole premise that I teach and that I've been teaching for years, is that you have to have the right posture and attitude when you're bringing people in. Like even with my coaching, no one can come to me and say, Stephen, I want to coach with you. I'd say, great, let me give you a free 1 hour strategy session first and give you some very specific tips and some things you can do to be able to help you grow your business. Because I give them a strategy session first because I don't accept everyone as a coach.
Right.
I only accept 3 people a week, and I don't know if you're qualified to work with me. I don't even know if I'm going to allow you to pay me. That's my mindset. No one can buy my coaching. I don't sell coaching. What I do is I allow people to invest in their education through me, possibly if they qualify, if it's a good fit. And that's the same thing with even my coaching academy. Everyone shouldn't join my coaching academy. Only the ones that don't know what they're doing. Only the ones that are skilled and are humble to learn. If they're not humble to learn and they think they know it all, they can go beat themselves up against the wall for the next 10 years to try to figure it out like I did. Or they can learn from someone like you. They can hold your hand. They can have you walk them through for 5 hours a day, which is worth tens of thousands of dollars. To be next to a 6-figure income earner network marketing person is like being to a billionaire in the regular world.
And
why? Because the skill set you have, the average salesperson or coach don't have. The average skill set.
I want to just say I'm very, very fortunate. We can't talk about exact salaries, but I was number 27 millionaire in our company. We now have over 450.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, there's a club in our company of 7-figure earners, and it's real.
Right.
And this is cumulative. And we have many that are annual, right? But back to what you were saying, one of the other mistakes that network marketers typically make is they try to force their opinion on someone and make it right for someone. But at the end of the day, that person has to get to work without you. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still.
I
So
love
you
Les
got
Brown.
people that are hungry.
Yep.
It's not about.
I love Les Brown's quote. That's awesome.
I love Les Brown. He's my guy. He's my guy.
That's right. That's Les Brown all day long.
No one has a voice like Les Brown or a charm like Les Brown. I was very fortunate. He spoke with us for our company, and I got to share the stage with him a long, long time ago. And he's a brilliant, brilliant young man. At the time, young man. He's an older man. I don't know.
He's an older man.
Young in his spirit, right? I say young man because that's how I experience him. He's like the oldest 18-year-old you'll ever meet.
That's right. Still got the same energy.
He really does. So, you can't think of yourself as a salesperson that's just closing. You have to think of yourself as a talent scout that is asking discovery questions to find out if this person's going to be a good match for you as an apprentice and you as a mentor to them. And when that's uncovered and you think you got a match, then you've got to figure out on a scale of 1 to 10, how hungry are they? How driven are they? And then you got to uncover what's the skill set, what's the talent, what needs to be worked on. And at the end of the day, you're never broke in the bank. Where are you broke, Stephen?
In your mind.
Between the ears.
That's right. That's right.
So the
I
journey
don't
to
throw.
success, the journey to success, let me just finish, and then I'll turn it back to you. The journey to
Yep.
success is really an inside job. Once we have the right company that you're passionate about, the right system, the right mentor, and we didn't touch on comp plan, which I do want to talk about
Got to
because
have a
that's
good
what
comp
people
plan.
don't understand.
Yep.
But 95% of your success in network marketing is going to be, how do you feel about yourself?
Yep. Well,
What's your thermostat for abundance?
let me touch on that
Yeah.
too, because the mindset is part is important. I want to kind of give a little plug here because of the academy that I have, Networking Origin Secrets. Because what you don't know, you haven't even seen what's inside there. The very first part of it is called the foundation, which is we go over the four core beliefs. We go over the four levels of learning. We teach a person how their brain works so they can learn what it takes. We teach them what it takes to be a pro, how to set goals, how to define their dream and get a burning desire to achieve it. We teach them all the foundation so we can dig a big hole, pull all the dirt out, put the rebar and concrete in to build a solid foundation before we start building the structure. That's just how you build a foundation of anything. So I do that in the academy because there's people that come from all walks of life. The people that are broke, no money, no skill set, no mindset, no nothing. And we need to get all that garbage out first, get all the dead skeletons out of the closet, build a solid foundation first, and then teach them the skills of how to do it. If they're in the right company, of course. That usually they would come there after they're in the right company or they're a coach or something like that. Then the second part that we go through is the technique, because every network marketing company has great products, they have great services, good comp plans or bad comp plans sometimes, but they have a comp plan, right? Well, a lot of companies I've found out there, they teach what to do, they teach why to do it, but they very seldom teach them how to do it. They don't tell them the words to say and how to say it because most top producers aren't talking to new people. Most of the leaders aren't talking to the brand new person that came in 50 levels deep. So they're learning from the guy above them, which is the blind leading the blind usually. And that's why we have such a high turnover in network marketing. So for the first time, what I've done is I've trained people at the seven-figure level. So what you know how to say and how to say it, I teach new people. So when a person comes into the academy, they learn the same skills you know how to do that took you 20 years to learn. They learn it day one. I teach them how to go into a networking group, how to say a sentence, how to say, find out who their ideal target audience is, say the right words. Like, I'll give an example. I went to a networking group called Network After Work. You ever heard of that one before?
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, they're a big one. They were out of California. I don't even know if they're still doing their events anymore. But the one I went to was in California. They had about 700 people came to an event in Hollywood. So I went to the event. I had 2 hours. I booked 22 appointments in my calendar that day. No, actually, I met 22 people. I booked 14 appointments. The next day, I made $22,000 in my bank account in 24 hours from networking, because at that time I was selling coaching. So that was my product. Okay. But what ended up happening the next week, I went back and I met the owner of the company, and they had networking groups all around the country. And so I was like, "Hey, Elias, what's going on?" He goes, "Yeah, Stephen, man, how'd you do last week?" I said, "Man, I did great. I made about 22 grand last week." He goes, "You did what?" I said, "Yeah, I made a lot of money." I said, "I always do that." He goes, "How in the heck do you do that? Nobody comes to networking groups and make that much money in one day like that." I said, "Well, I have an event coming." So I invited him to my event. I showed him my audio business card formula. He goes, "Stephen, nobody teaches that. Why don't you come and teach it to everybody in our company?" He hired me to fly around the country and teach everybody in his company how to do that formula, because there's not a coach on earth that teaches it, because I invented it over 23 years of trial and error. I've interviewed all these people. Plus, I was trained by Kevin, Kevin, who he is,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
number one guy in the business, pretty much, that knew how to do this right, the infomercial king. And I learned what to say and how to say it to attract people quickly and convert those into sales within 24 hours.
Wow.
That's what top producers know how to do. They just usually don't remember how to teach because they're too busy doing it all day.
Right.
So that's why I created this academy, so that the average person with no skill, no money, no belief, no confidence, no nothing, no upline support can come in and learn exactly what it takes to make it in their business. So I
We
just
got
want to throw that in
we
there
got
because
to
that's
dig into
that's
that. I got to see all your systems. Now you got to be curious.
yeah. So we're going to talk about that because I know you didn't know, but that's why I wanted to kind of throw that in there, because we were talking about the different parts of a successful business. One of
Yeah.
the most important part is training, because
Yeah.
this is one thing: the best trained team wins, and they got to know what to do and how to do it to succeed in network marketing. You can be motivated all you want, but if you don't know what to say and how to say it, people will still flounder. And that's what I found over the years.
You know what I'd really love to talk about because I think it has tremendous value. I know you're going to dig it. When I talk about comp plan, I want to can we just like move the big elephant out of the room and can we talk about
Yes.
money? Because
Anything. We're talking about anything. This is your show. So we talk
because
about whatever you want. As
I
long as it's
don't
clean.
understand why money's like a bad word.
Yeah.
I think that money in the hands of wrong people is not
Yeah.
really a good thing.
That's right.
But
Money
money in the
money is
hands
not
of the
a
right
problem.
people can change the world.
Yes.
Why is it that money is like a bad word? Like, why don't we
Because people
talk
have heard
about,
money is the root of all evil.
but
And that's not what it says. It
why?
says the love of money is the root of all evil.
When people call me all day long, they solicit, can you give to this function? Can you give here? I got this charity. I say, you know what I would love to do? I would love to help you help your charity. So if you would like to join my company, I will work with you towards a six-figure part-time income that you could dump into the bank of this charity you're calling me about. So let's see how excited you are about this charity. Don't put your hand out. Put your hand in your own pocket. I'll show you how to create it. But they don't usually want to do that. They'd
Yeah.
rather ask other people for money. It's time
Yes.
that we take command of our own bank accounts, that we give to the causes that we want to give to.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be in the hands of just a few people.
I agree.
This industry creates more millionaires than any other industry that I've ever seen in the world, and many of them are women,
Yeah.
which is also atypical of business. So, you know, when you're looking at an opportunity, I'm in different networking meetings, and whenever I meet network marketers and other companies, I love to celebrate. I love to celebrate that we're in a great industry. And I love to learn about what they're doing that's working. And I love to find out if there's a way we could support each other, even though we may be in competition to different
Mhm.
opportunities. There's always a lot to learn from each other, and there's a way to support, right? So, whenever I inevitably meet somebody that's like brand new to a different company, I'll say to them, what do you love most about it? And they'll most of the time talk about the product, and I'll say, that's awesome, it sounds really interesting, send me a link, I'd love to see what you're excited about. And I say, talk to me about the compensation, how do you get paid? And I'll tell you what, 9 out of 10 times, what do you think happens?
They
They
have
just
no idea.
they glaze over,
They
and
don't
they're
know
like,
how they get paid.
so then I once had a woman who said to me, well, why do you want to talk about that? I said, because this is a business networking event, so I thought it was your business. She said, it is. I said, so how do you get paid? She goes, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a materialistic person. I said, materialistic person. I said, that's like me going into the store and I want to buy a dress and I ask him how much it is. And the sales girl goes, I don't know. How would I buy it? How could you
Right.
be in
And,
business
and
and
then
not
and
know
then
how you're going to
then
get
the
paid?
salesperson says, I'm not a materialistic person, so I don't know how much the prices of these dresses are.
How can you? It's like if you were an employee of a corporation or you were working as a waitress at a restaurant, would you go and work for the company and not know what you're going to get paid?
No, it would
So
make no
if
sense.
you're going to be recruiting business partners, if this person wants to recruit me out of my company and they don't know how they're going to get paid, there's not a chance that I'd even have another conversation with them. Not that I
Well,
would
that
ever leave, but you know
and
what I'm
but you know
saying,
what?
right?
And the compensation plan is a big part of it. But you know what the essence of that is the way that person was brought into the business. I learned a sentence years ago, and I would tell you a story about that. The way a person is brought into the business is the way they perceive they have to build the business,
The way they duplicate.
the way they duplicate, the way they think they have to build it. I'll give you a story about that. One time I was at a company called New She was a real
I,
estate investment
I
school.
know it
Yeah,
very
I
well.
had I
And
had the
your
fastest.
packages were like $50,000.
It was 20,000. 20. I had
It
the
was big.
fastest growing organization in the entire country at $20,000 a sale. Yeah. So, but it was funny because when I joined in Torrance. I lived in Hawthorne. No, actually, I lived in Lake Forest. That's like a 50-mile drive. So I was driving there. I signed up, and then I bought a new car, 8-passenger vehicle, so I could just travel people to the meeting because I lived in Orange County. So I would drive all these people to the meeting, drive all these people to the meeting. I had like 50 people show up. I had one person join. Nobody would join the business with me. I was like, what the heck is going on? I know how to do this business. Why isn't anybody joining? And then come to find out, my upline did not tell me that there was a meeting 5 minutes from my house because he wanted me to come to that meeting because I was bringing all the people to that meeting. So I said, wait a minute. I sent my wife over to the other meeting. I went over there. By then, I was going broke because I had spent all my money, spent $20,000. I had maximized everything. I'm at this meeting and I was like, let's see the meeting. So we looked at it. It was okay. It was not that good, but I was like, I can work with that. That's no problem. So I went to the meeting and I started bringing guests there. My guests came and then I went to the upline that was in Orange County. And I said, can you help me with my presentation? Because for some reason I brought 50 people and nobody joined. He goes, yeah, bring them to me. So I brought him to him. He did the presentation. The person signed up, 20,000 bucks. I made a bunch of cash. And I was like, wow, I brought another one. The same day, second one, $20,000. I made like $30,000 the next month because I had all these people come in. And I was like, okay, I realized what happened. I said, the people wouldn't come because they were thinking, man, if I got to buy a new car, load my car full of people, drive 50 miles in traffic, I can't build this business. But when it was local to them, they said, oh, I can do this. And they joined the business. So I remember the key thing is the way you bring a person into the business is the way they perceive they have to build the business. So how is that tied into a compensation plan? If you bring a person into the business, they need to at least need to understand how to hit their first income goal, how to hit their first pin goal, how to hit their second pin goal. They need to at least know the basics. They don't need to know the whole comp plan. Here's why. Because the comp plan will pay the same amount of money whether if you understand it or not. What they do need to know is how to generate a lead, how to convert the lead to a prospect, how to invite, how to show the plan, how to sign somebody up. Because if they do that, the comp plan will pay the same dollar amount whether if you understand it or if you don't. However, they need to understand the comp plan at least enough to get the business started so they can sound intelligent when they're talking to someone.
Listen, this is what new people need to understand. And
Right.
by the way, when Nouveau Riche came down, a top leader from that company joined me. He
Okay.
was one of the most important partners in my career, and he was one of the fastest to millionaire in our company. And I
Really?
remember talking to him, and I'm like, "How much were your packages?" Like you said, twenty
You
thousand
should tell
dollars.
me his name.
I'll tell you it offline. I don't want to
Okay,
drop.
tell me offline. Yeah, because I probably know because I probably
Yeah,
trained him.
yeah.
But go
So
ahead.
so he's like $20,000 packages, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he goes, "Well, how much are yours?" And I remember thinking, well, I'm usually selling a pack for 300, but I'm going to go big, 600. And I was thinking about all those people that are like, I can't sell a $600 package. And he's like, I've been selling $20,000 packages. I'm like, oh my,
Right.
it's the perspective is so relative to where
It
you've
is.
been. He's like, are you kidding me? Now,
Right.
this is what I want to tell new people. You got to make sure your ladder's up against the right building.
Ladders up against the
Because if
right
you
building.
climb
Okay.
that ladder and you climb that ladder and that comp plan ain't what you think, you're going to get to the top and be like, where's the money?
Right.
So this is what I'm going to say. This is what I love about my company. When I joined, we had 6% on the back end. Let me translate that for new people. You have a group sales from all the people that are buying product and you're paid 6%. Okay. The key though, that got the attention in 2002, it was uncommon at that time. Let me tell you, 2002, we were coming out, we were just entering technology. People were not texting. There was no such thing as Facebook and Instagram. Everything was belly to belly. And the biggest
Yep.
companies were the Mary Kay's, Amway's, Herbalife, Shakleys, the
Right.
OGs. Those companies had associates buy a bunch of product. Like
Right.
Mary
Front
Kay's.
loading. They had the front load.
Well, no, not front load. My point is Mary Kay was direct sales. Other companies were more network marketing. And there's a difference with the bank that flushes versus the bank that doesn't. My
Yes.
point is
Yes.
this: the companies that were built prior to the internet had limited pay plans because they could not be tracked greater than the human mind.
Right.
When supercomputers came on the scene, what happened? All of a sudden, just like we're going through this next transition with AI, what happened with computers? All of a sudden, you can track beyond the fifth level, sixth level.
Yes.
So the companies that were born, quote unquote, after this revolution of computers suddenly had compensation plans that were much more lucrative than
Yes. Much
anything
more
anybody
rich.
had ever seen. Furthermore, you didn't have to buy and sell product. I mean, people were buying and selling from Amway door to door,
Right.
just like Willie Loman, death by
Delivering the product. Yeah.
right? Absolutely. When computers came on the scene, we had greater tracking systems, deeper compensation plans, and product that didn't have to be purchased. Essentially, no upfront money, but your experience of what you're trying to have. And what our company did was we created a very new hybrid comp plan at that time that paid to infinity. Now, I can go deep into how and why and what. How do you pay to infinity? Don't you end up going bankrupt? Absolutely not, because it's brilliant how they did things. But I want to reiterate, when I got in and you said to me, I'm going to bring this full circle. You said to me, you were at the right place at the right time. Guess what? I was like one of 10 people that stayed. It was not the right place at the right time.
Right.
It was the
Yeah.
smallest amount of money in our comp plan being paid out in 2002 than now. So people have this idea, if I got in early,
Yeah.
then I'll make a lot of money. No, that's if it's a pyramid, and pyramids are
Yes.
illegal.
Yes.
So an honest company shouldn't matter when you get in if it's an equal playing field. You get
Right.
in, you work, you build a company, you're paid accordingly.
I
It has
agree.
nothing to do with I wish I had gotten in the beginning, because the beginning is formulation. You got to figure out what's going to work, what's not.
Right.
We
Right.
went through
Right.
so many bumps that 95% of the people left, but
Yeah.
those that stayed and those that had the vision and those that were willing to work took the company to where it is today.
You are so dead right, because that's what happened with me in Nuvo. I came in, and people are already millionaires in that business. I came in my first year, I was in the top 3 income earners in the entire company.
Talent
So,
will always rise.
right, right.
And
So
with the
you didn't
right
have to
comp
go
plan,
first.
talent will always earn. With
Right.
the wrong comp plan, if you're in a comp plan that's like a limited pay comp plan, let's say it's 6 levels deep and you get nothing down below that, and the guy that came in before gets more, like those types of comp plans, there's even some comp plans still, people will enroll you and they'll put you out in the dark. And then they'll
Yeah.
use that to posture and be like, I got a big fish coming in, let me get you in before them. And then you'll be on top of it. Like that's bad business.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad
You don't
business.
want to do
Those
that.
are bad companies,
Yes. So
right?
that's good, and that's what I love about, when that's why I wanted to interview you, because if someone's looking for an opportunity in this type of space, or wants a great leader, you got to find the right leader, and that's why I wanted to interview you, because
Thank you.
people will get to know you and they'll know you. I'm not in MLM. I'm not.
Right.
I'm in the
You're
training
not
space. I train.
affiliated.
I'm not
I tried
affiliated.
to
So
recruit it. I swear I
yeah,
did.
I'm unrecruitable because I'm in a different space. I run an online ministry. You guys know that. I teach the Bible all around the world. That's my
Oh,
passion. I'm living my why, and I do the coaching because I'm the mentor for the masses. I want to impact you so that you can impact many millions of people. That's my goal. I want
I
someone to
appreciate
join
your
your
support.
business. I would love to train that person so they can be more effective. That's what I do. So
Yes.
I'm in the training business. I'm in that business because that's what I love to do. I'm passionate, and I'm already living my dream. So I don't need to make more money to live my dream. I'm already living my dream. So now I can go help others do the same.
But
And
you know what, Stephen? There's so many people that are not living their dream.
right,
And there
that's
are
why I
so
do
many
this.
people that don't understand network marketing and they're afraid of it.
Yeah,
They think it's a pyramid and they
yeah,
don't realize corporate America is the pyramid.
yeah.
They don't
Let me give
realize
an
they
analogy
had
on
it
that.
wrong.
Let me tell a story on that, because I'm glad you brought that up. Let me tell you how I describe what network marketing is, because people don't understand. I don't care who you are, what you do. You're already in network marketing. You just don't get paid for it.
That's right.
Let me explain what I mean. Have you ever been to a movie that you like? You maybe seen a good movie, maybe the last X-Men came out, or Titanic, and you said, man, that movie was awesome. And you went and told all your friends and family about the movie, right? Some of those friends and family probably went to the movie theater because you told them it was great. Great. Did that movie theater send you a check? No? Well, why not? You did network marketing. See, you did network marketing, you just didn't get paid for it. Or maybe you went on a store and you bought something and you said, man, that was awesome. Over at the grocery store over there, they have these sale on eggs, and the grocery store goes and they got discount on eggs, 50% off. All your friends rush over and go buy the eggs. Did the grocery store send you a check? No, they should have, because that's called network marketing. If I owned a grocery store, that's what I would do. I say I want to dominate. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pay 10 levels deep, 10 cents off everybody's order for everybody that comes in that you refer. I'd give them that little card. I'd say, go tell everybody about this grocery store. And everybody that comes in, when they buy groceries, I'll give you 10 cents each. Guess what? I'd have the biggest grocery store in the state. And you know what? Imagine if you had a grocery store and your grocery store said that to you. Would you do it? If they said, hey, you take that little card when you get the discount. Not only do you get the discount when you show them that card, they're going to pay you 10 cents or 20 cents or 50 cents or 10% of everybody you refer to the grocery store. They're going to pay you 10% of their grocery bill every time they come in for life. And all you got to do is pay a 1 year annual membership for your card. How many of you would go do that with that grocery store? The answer is all of you would, right? Because you're already talking about the grocery store. See, you're already in network marketing. What companies have done with great products like yours, they've just understood that. They put a compensation plan around it, around good products, and they brought in leadership to go develop a business out of it. That's all they've done. So you're already in network marketing, whether if you like it or not. The only question is, are you going to get paid on it? So I would recommend to definitely get together with Ellen and find out about her company, because what she does is amazing. And if that it's a good fit, you can't find a better mentor. So that's exactly the reason why I recommend you to come and talk to her. So that's kind of my take on what network marketing is all about.
Can I add on to what you're saying? We are wired as good people to share. We're
Yes.
wired. We're community oriented. We are naturally that way. No man is an island. We are born as social creatures. As early as kindergarten, I remember being in the schoolyard going, don't go on that swing. This swing is better. It goes higher. It goes faster. Well, I just sold them on my swing.
Right.
We have,
Right.
we are naturally influencing people. When you go on a date, you're influencing somebody to take you on a date. Like, people will come to me, but I'm not a salesman. I'm like, but you're a human being, and you're a loving human being, and you share all the time. So why wouldn't you align with a company where when you share something good that changes someone's life forever, will allow you to be compensated for the time you're investing in helping another human being?
Right.
So that's how I always differentiate and help people understand, is this sales? Is it not sales? Well, we could look at life as though everything is sales or nothing is sales. Depending upon which side of the fence you sit, we could
Right.
discuss it. But at the end of the day, we're all influencing all the time. And speaking of influencing, since you talked about the industry, I want to talk about something relative to today. My daughter is a content creator, has a very successful business on the internet, and she's my business partner in my company as well. Um, and I've learned so much from her. And also, I sponsored millennials for 15 years as Instagram became a thing. So I was kind of on the very front end of that, and now
Mm-hmm.
understanding TikTok and everything else. We have so many opportunities. Affiliate marketing today is really understood by everybody. But is
Yes.
affiliate marketing network marketing? And let's just talk about these different opportunities, particularly that young people have, or anybody that's using social media. Because these brand ambassador programs, these affiliate marketing programs, why are they interesting? Because people want to get paid quickly for doing nothing. Okay. But it's a one-time shot. And unless you have 1 million followers, you're not making $1 million, right? Because
Right.
when it comes to affiliate marketing and when it comes to brand ambassadorship, you're being paid linear income, meaning that I sell this, I get that. It's
Right.
just upfront money. There's no back end. If you want true financial freedom, money has to work for itself. You have to have residual passive income, and then learn how to have money work for itself. And then you'll
Yeah.
be financially stable and free the rest of your life. This company for me has always printed my money. I'm an investor in 15 other companies, many of which I'm leading on the board. And I mean, I got a pizza company. I'm involved in, decentralized banking systems. I'm all over the map because I love learning. So I invest in things that I'm either passionate about, like pizza, or or
Yeah.
things I want to learn more about. But what I want to tell people is, understand that you can make a little bit of money online doing your affiliate things. But if you're willing to grow into the best version of yourself, to learn the skills that Stephen so geniusly, is that a word? Geniusly?
Hey, it's the word now. I make up words all the time, so that's good. I like that one. I might make a note of that. Geniusly.
Geniusly, he put
Yeah, I got
together
that.
the most amazing system that anybody can learn this industry. You know, why would you just sell one thing with a link, get paid 10%, 20%, and then nothing after that? That's where it ends. What I love about our company and our industry is we're creating residual income. Getting back to compensation, what I love about our compensation I told you there was 6% on the back end in 2002. Well, guess what? You're paid now 18 different ways, including 20% upfront across the board. So now
Wow.
we're competing with these affiliate brands, but for the month of January, you can earn 30% upfront. That means all day long. You want to sell? Go sell all day long, 30%. It could basically be $100 a pop of everything you, depending upon what you're selling, you're getting 30%
Sure. That's hot.
for this kickoff to 2025. But the big money is on the back end. And that's the residual income money. But you're also rewarded for helping people. There's mentorship bonuses,
Mhm.
leadership bonuses,
Okay.
rank advancement bonuses. I said there's like over 17 ways you're paid. I can't even count. But when you're looking at a company and you want to make sure that ladder is up against the right wall, and we talked about what's the compensation. If you're new and you're not great with math, don't worry. Because when
Yeah.
I was referring to understanding compensation, I wasn't asking people to get into fractions, percentages, or geometric progression of numbers. I want people to understand they have to know what money is up front. Everybody
Yeah.
can understand 20% up front, easy. They have to
Yeah.
know what percent on the back end. They have to know if it's limited to levels or
Yeah.
if it is unlimited. These are key points that make or break a compensation plan. It's a
Two
reason why
last
you
things.
join or not join. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah,
need
absolutely.
upfront money. You need upfront money, but you need a good back end too.
Well,
Otherwise, you're just going to be hanging on a front end with no back end. And if you're waiting for the back end, then you got no front end to pay the bills. You need both.
yes.
Not every company has both.
One of the things I say is that if it don't make residual, it don't make sense. So one of the things I'm going to do right now for you, I'm going to wrap this up because we've got a few minutes left. But I want to say two things. One, I want to make sure they get your contact information so they can know how to reach you. But the second thing is I want to talk about that compensation plan because a lot of people in a simplified way don't understand the difference between residual income, linear income, or even like passive income, like real estate income and stuff like that. Here's the difference. If you go buy real estate, you can go buy real estate, but you usually have to either use your money or someone else's money, invest in a house, then put someone in it, and then you get cash flow. And that's important. That's a big thing. I have friends that I've trained, they multimillionaires, but they get cash flow. That's a great investment. That's good. Okay. If you want stocks, you have to go get money, put the money in the stock market, and then it can get increased. And sometimes people make a lot of money. Same thing with cryptocurrency. You got to take cash, put it into the stock crypto market, you get money. Or you build a business and you build a business and then you have to put money in the business and then you get money. That, or if you have a job, that's called linear income, right? You work, you get paid. You work, you get paid. Residual income is one of the only incomes in the world where you don't need money. All you need is effort. See, if you put the effort in, you can get residual income coming in month after month without having any of the income, without having 5,000 or 100,000 or 50,000 a month or $50,000 in a bank to get the residual. So let me give you an example. I tell this story because a lot of people don't get this. Let's say if your job, if you said, I want to have $5,000 a month in retirement, how much cash at 6% interest do you think you need to have in the bank at a five to get a $5,000 a month check? A lot of people don't know the number. I'll tell you the number. It's $1 million. You got to have $1 million cash sitting in the bank at 6% interest, which your bank ain't giving you 6%. They might give you a 0.6% right now, but 6% interest to get a $5,000 a month check. What that means is, and let me show you, 6% of $1 million is 60,000 a year. Divided by 12 months is 5,000 a month. How many of you got a cool meal sitting around to put in a bank to get 5%? Not very many. But see, network marketing, one is the only industries you can get into. You can get in with Ellen, learn the system, get into the networking conversion secrets of training, and learn how to do it the right way, and go build a business of 5,000 a month with no problem. 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. That's like having $1 million, $2 million, $3 million cash sitting in a bank. But the key is you have no money in the bank and it's coming in month after month after month. That's why it's called mailbox money. That's why I've been in the industry 36 years. Because once you learn it and you get a taste of residual income, you don't want a taste of anything else. So
Exactly.
that's what residual income is all about that a lot of people don't realize. And so I would recommend definitely if you want to find out about our company, I definitely recommend getting together with Ellen. Ellen, why don't you give them your website or how can
Thank
they
you
get in
so
touch
much.
with you if they
Yeah,
want to
and
meet with you?
before the call, we were talking about I have a special offer for anybody that is a professional network marketer. There are some companies that have closed their doors recently. We're not going to discuss who that is or what that is, But if you are looking for a new home, if you still believe, if you're with the wrong company and your mentor left and things are going down and it's not working out, I definitely would like to talk to you with a special offer for a professional. Um, with that being said, I've had the pleasure of mentoring my next door neighbor and people that have had no experience. But I do require one thing, and that is passion and hunger for what it is you want. So we have to identify that why, figure out what drives you and what you're willing to exchange to get it. Because there's always going to be a sacrifice whenever you're going for big success.
Hmm.
So let's get into that dream together. If I can help you build it, please reach out.
So,
I,
what's the
I have a
website they
website.
can reach you, or
Yeah,
how would you want them to
it's a
contact you?
www.yourpresentlife.net. And you can learn more about me at www.ellenbradleyganis.com. And yeah, I hope I love conversations. I'm always open to talking to anybody. I also hang out, as Stephen knows, a lot on Alignable. That is my network of choice. I don't really do public posting anywhere else. I did their stuff, but I don't hang out there except in private groups where I'm helping my teams grow. Um, but I just want to say that it is an absolute true honor and pleasure, Stephen, to talk with somebody so knowledgeable that has so much history, that has taken a lifetime of work and put it into a place where you've developed systems for people that are struggling, that want to do the business, that don't know how. I'm really excited to dig deeper into your systems and even learn more about what you're doing. So let's stay on after this is over, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, Ellen. Thank you for being here. And once again, definitely go to her website, yourpresentlife.net. Check her out, find out what she's all about. If it's something that you want, if you're looking for an opportunity, I mean, it's really difficult to find a good mentor. I was fortunate to run into the mentor I ran into years ago. And I can tell you right now, you would absolutely be fortunate to get together with Ellen and have her be your mentor if she chooses to do so. So, again, thank you so much for being here today. And hope you guys enjoyed this show, and we will talk to you soon in the academy. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.